Hi everyone, welcome back to Tamara's Timeless Tarot Readings. Let's do one for the collective. I hope everyone's having a nice Saturday so far. So I got the Four of Swords. This is about rest and recuperation, rejuvenation, convalescence, basically about recharging and re-energizing. So it could have been a taxing time, and it's time just to kind of relax, put your feet up, and let the weight of the world wash off your shoulders. It doesn't mean that all your responsibilities need to be ignored, and it doesn't mean that there aren't things to tend to, but it just means that you need to give yourself reprise, okay, respite. And the King of Cups. So the King of Cups is a very deep thinker. So there could have been a lot on your mind, on your heart, sitting heavily on your heart, a lot going on in the world. Those of us who are more empathetic and more open-minded and more in the know tend to feel a lot of the burden that comes with that. There's a lot of responsibility that comes with being more aware, like your awareness has been heightened, your emotional capacity to care, to feel empathy, compassion. So it could be that you need a rest just from, maybe you're a counselor or mentor of some kind, a teacher, and you've exhausted your resources a little bit and done good work, but you also need to take care of yourself, and it's time to rest and recuperate. The Page of Swords, I feel like your mind has been working overtime, and I say that because the Four of Swords has come up, which tells me that there is a need for rest. And the King of Cups, because he is such a deep thinker, he is the philosopher of all the kings. I also look at the King of Swords as such, but I feel like with the King of Cups especially, he is very empathetic and compassionate, I think, in a way that the King of Swords isn't, just because the King of Swords is more about the mind rather than the heart space. And the King of Cups is definitely all about the heart space, but also about the mind, because he can sort of navigate his feelings. Like he's more in charge of his feelings. His feelings have matured, and so he is able to control how the feelings sort of affect him. He can manage them better. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, he can sort of self-regulate in a way that somebody like the Page or even the Knight of Cups may still be learning how to do. The Page of Swords is a very young energy. It's a very curious mind. So it could be that you're teaching or mentoring a student or someone younger who has a lot of questions about a lot of things, like about everything, about the world and how things work and the whys. And the King of Cups, he doesn't necessarily have all the answers. He has a wealth of information. Sure, he's the king, but no one knows everything. So it's about investigating. It's about exploring and experimenting and researching, right? So the King of Cups is a big advocate for check and recheck and triple check. What am I trying to say? Like, if you read something on social media, don't just take it for face value. Do a background check. Do some due diligence. Do your due diligence in the way of researching and finding out more. Always question. I mean, that's what a philosopher does. Why? To get to sort of the root of it, right? Like, you can't just accept things for the way they are. That's what makes the mind of a philosopher so complex, and why more often than not they need this energy, right? The Four of Swords. Okay, let's see. Anything else that needs to come out? So the Four of Swords, King of Cups, Page of Swords, the Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, I feel like your focus has been quite good lately. You've been pouring your heart and soul into your work, into your passion, your hobby, something that you take a lot of time to work on, right? Like a lot of, you pay a lot of attention to something that is, it's sort of like it could be your craft, whether you're an artist or a writer or a builder or, anything that is materializing before your eyes because you put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into whatever it is that you're doing. And this might also be a reason why you need to take a break. So the message I'm getting is that your mind possibly has been working overtime, and not in a negative sense. Like, I'm not getting the swords cards like the 8 and 9 where there's like this this inability to make decisions for oneself, this fear and anxiety. I'm not getting that. This is more like you've done good work, you've put in some good, decent amount of time, and that doesn't mean that your work is finished. It doesn't mean that there isn't more work to be done. It just means that you need to take some time out for yourself to honor yourself and recharge those batteries so you're able to continue from where you left off. That's what I'm getting from this reading so far. Let me just put these cards in the order that they came out in. Okay. Let's do one more card, I think. One more card, please. One more card. For the collective for today's timeless reading. So 4 of Swords, King of Cups, Page of Swords, and 8 of Pentacles. It's telling me that you need to rest. It's telling me that, the King of Cups has could be coffee, cocoa, tea, steamed milk, whatever it is that is your hot drink of choice. What's that drink, that hot whiskey drink that I've had at Christmas markets before? Anyway, or wine, or I don't know, heated like hot wine. What is it? I don't know what it's called, but it could be that you just need to kind of treat yourself, give your mind a rest. The hard work needs to kind of pause for a moment. Any more cards, please? Any more cards, please, for today's reading? No? No? No more cards. Interesting. How should the collective enjoy their time of respite, we'll say? How should the collective enjoy their time of rest? Oh my gosh, no more cards. Guys, I think this is the message. Let's see. No more cards? Isn't that weird? I think that's it. Like, it's a really positive message because you've been on the right track. You've been brainstorming. You've been thinking up ideas. You've been, like I said, doing some research and investigative work. And maybe you've looked up to somebody, maybe somebody who's guiding you along the way, like doing your PhD or something like that, and you have your mentor, your professor who's overseeing your work, and you've been working really hard and it's coming along, and you've kind of exhausted your resources at the moment, and so it's time just to enjoy where you're at, where you are, and just honor your mind and your body, right? We all need to rest. We all need to come down off that high and give ourselves the kind of TLC that we deserve. I think that's it for today because there's nothing else. Like, look at me. I'm so adamant for another card to come out, but I mean, it isn't. I'm going to use another deck. Overall message. We're like, let's close out this reading. I really want one more. This is the Intuitive Tarot. It's a big, like, oracle-sized deck. I got it in the UK. I love this deck so much. Okay, is there a final message to close out this reading today? Is there a final message to close out this reading today? I swear, cards will come flying out some days, and I'm not shuffling any differently than I normally do. No, that's it, guys. So thank you for bearing with me and sitting through this shuffling if you have. I really do appreciate it. A card finally came out, Two of Cups. I think, when I asked how you can enjoy this time of rest, it could be with a loved one. It could be somebody that you share a deep spiritual connection with. So you need to kind of switch gears and um, pay attention to a specific relationship. You'll know what that means to you. It does not have to be of the romantic variety. Okay, it does not. It could be something special that you share with someone else. Maybe give them a call, go for a cup of coffee, Netflix and chill. I don't know, like just take it easy. Don't overexert yourself. This is your time to rest. Remember, you don't have to do it with anyone, of course not. But when I asked how you could, this card finally came out. So enjoy yourself. You deserve it. Thanks, guys, so much for watching.